So it's great to be here with Jess from Social Jess, Jess Chalmers, who runs a fantastic service that organises workshops and classes, private group sessions for friends and family, and some corporate bookings as well, and also teaches in schools around digital safety and everything that we as parents and as schools and families want to kind of understand how best to look after their children's online activity and to protect them from all the nasties that are around and out there.
Yeah.
So it's really great to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Well, thanks for inviting me. Lovely kitchen.
Oh, thank you. So it'd be great to just touch a little bit more around what your sessions typically cover. You know, what format do they take? How do they work? What do you tend to kind of focus on within the classes?
Okay, so I've got 4 kind of general workshops that I do, and these I run, like you say, in corporate. I can do them in a corporate setting. I can do them in private groups, or I can kind of do it to parents. I do it to parents at schools quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I do one which is just a general child safety online workshop, which sort of covers screen time, sort of netiquette, how to behave online, cyberbullying, online grooming, yuck, but something we have to talk about, and parental controls.
Yeah.
And then I have another workshop called Social Media, What Parents Need to Know.
Okay.
And in that one, I kind of just deep dive into social media apps that young people are on. So I look at the big 5. So TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And in those, I basically just alert parents of the red flags that we need to know about.
Yeah.
I also do another workshop on gaming, what parents need to know.
Yeah.
And again, it's a deep dive into gaming, and we talk about the benefits of gaming, kind of the problems with gaming, things like, do playing violent video games make you violent?
Yes, yeah.
The link between loot boxes and gambling, is there a link? And I share some great resources in that one. And my 4th one I'm working on at the moment, so I'm doing the research.
Yes.
I'm doing a lot of reading on it because it's a massive topic, and that's porn, what parents need to know, because I'm fully passionately that this is a subject that children are finding out about very young. You know, I think the latest stats they're saying it's 11 is the first time a young person sees porn for the first time. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Children's Commissioner recently had a report out, and she was talking about how, you know, this is how young people are learning their sex education.
Yeah.
So I just think it's really important that as parents we talk to our children about it. So I'm getting together a workshop so I can go out and talk to parents about that.
Because it's still crazy, to me at least, it seems that even now, and the internet's been around for however long it's been around for, there are some kind of measures that prevent children from stumbling across stuff. But generally speaking, once they're online, if they're unsupervised, they have unfettered access to so much stuff that if you don't really know what you're doing or how to sort of go about mitigating that risk, they could be exposed to all sorts of scary, kind of unsettling, disturbing stuff that just isn't appropriate, even for an adult necessarily, not just to children.
And I think that's the problem, because you can have, your house could be Fort Knox, parental controls, nothing getting through. Yeah. But they've only got to walk to school with their mate who's got a phone, or go to a play date to someone's house who's got an older sibling that doesn't have get hold of their phone or their iPad. And so that's why I think it's so important that we talk to our children about this stuff, because even if we lock it down at home, there's still a chance, they go outside of your Wi-Fi zone and suddenly they're kind of...
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is a lot of it is out of your control, isn't it? As a parent, that's the really scary stuff, I guess. But one of the more obvious topics that my wife and I wonder around, we've got 2 boys, 4 and 7. They have quite a lot of screen time going on at different parts of the day, and we have this continual parental guilt around that. And I guess you must get asked around that topic a lot in terms of quality versus quantity. It's all right to be on the screen, depending, as long as you're doing sensible things on it. What's your take on that in terms of a sensible amount of time to be using a device for?
Okay.
And what do you think for those age groups, so 4 and 7, what's a good thing for them to be getting up to on their time?
Well, I think exactly as you said, you've got to look at the quality of the screen time rather than the quantity of the screen time. And I think we used to all... And I think the reason why we all have this screen time guilt, I have it too, is because it was something that the papers talked about. It was something that as parents we heard about, and it was a big thing. Screen time, it's a problem. So I don't know how to say exact. I can't give you an exact thing for your 4 and 7-year-old. But what I would say is, if they're if they're spending time on a screen and they're having quality time on that screen, maybe they're using it to make something, to learn. But it doesn't even have to be that too. It could be a family movie time. Like that's, in my mind, that's quality screen time. If a child gets up in the morning and goes downstairs and plays on Minecraft, and then or Roblox, whatever they're playing, and then they might watch a bit of TV. They might go out with their friends and kick a ball about, and then they're coming back in home, and then they're having their lunch, and then they might speak to Granny on a Zoom call, and then they might do some homework online. I mean, the boys have homework yet, but homework online, and then they sit down and have a family movie in the evening. That's a lot of screen time. You'd have if you work out in a day.
Now.
But that's life, and that's a kind of a varied diet. So I would say that's all totally fine. Had the child come downstairs, gone onto Roblox or Minecraft, and spent the entire day on it, that would be less ideal. So I think you've just got to be realistic that young people are on screens, and as long as you're balancing that with active and social time, then I think there's no problem.